for joining me today for What I Eat in a Day. This is part 4 of my week-long series, just showing you what I eat every day to give you some ideas on how I eat. I've lost over 75 pounds and I'm going to show you now how I prepare my breakfast, and then we're going to prepare dinner early this morning because yesterday I watch my grandkids every week, and I don't know, yesterday I could barely function after they left. I have 3 of them, 1, 4, and 7, and boy, they're a handful. So tonight we're gonna have everything all prepared so when they leave, I don't have to think about it, just in case. All right, so let's get going. So this morning I'm gonna be having some eggs, I'm gonna be having some avocado, I'm gonna be having some toast. I have a really nice breakfast planned. I worked out this morning very hard, and so I'm just exhausted and I'm ready to eat. So let me show you how I prepare these eggs and a couple little tricks I do just to make things easier when it's time to cook. I'm all about prep. So we have avocados out in the groves behind us, lots of them. And so every year I actually pick avocados, I let them ripen, then I mash them up, I cut some of them, I do all kinds of different things, but I take half-cup servings of avocado, I put them in just little Ziploc bags, I throw them in the freezer, and then when it's time to have breakfast or a dinner, I take some boiling water, and all I do is just throw the avocado bag in the boiling water, and by the time my breakfast is ready, the avocado's softened and I can put it on my toast. So we're gonna start off this morning. I'm gonna take about a teaspoon of butter and I'm gonna melt it in a pan. And to that, I'm gonna add a little bit of red onion. Just gonna let that cook for a minute. All right, I'm just gonna let these onions cook up for a minute or two. It doesn't take long. I really just wanna release all those wonderful flavors. What I'm gonna do now is take my eggs. Just gonna drop them in with the onions. I'm gonna have 2 eggs. Now I salt and pepper them before I cook them. Then I take a small amount of water in a little lid here, pour it in, and I'm just gonna steam these now until they're cooked. So in the amount of time that it took me to make my eggs, I've already got my avocado nice and soft and ready to put on my toast. So one of the things that I like to keep on hand is this Nature's Harvest Healthy Habits multigrain bread. Now this is only 40 calories a slice, and in 2 slices, there's 5 grams of protein. Now I'm only gonna have 1 slice this morning because tonight I'm gonna be having a little bit of bread with my dinner. I don't usually have that much bread throughout the day, but that's what I'm doing tonight. I have an idea for dinner that I thought would be good and really filling and super easy. I don't have to think about it all day long. So the toast looks really good. I mean, it's a nice slice. It smells good, very delicious. So I just toast this, and I'm gonna use this as my base for my avocado toast. All right, my eggs are ready. So one of the things that I really like about stainless steel pans is even when they look like they're a little bit burned or you have stuff on the bottom, you just soak them for like 5 minutes and everything just comes right off. So anyway, I do this, a lot, and I just put a little bit of hot sauce. I get this, it's like the Frank's hot sauce. This comes from Aldi. It's their brand, the Berman's hot sauce. It's very good, 0 calories for a teaspoon. While I'm waiting for my toast to finish up, I went ahead and made a little cup of coffee. All right, my toast is done. I'm just gonna put this avocado right over the top of it. This is really for 2 I might put some of this on my eggs. This is really for 2 pieces of toast, but it'll work out great. It's gonna be delicious and really healthy. All right, breakfast is served. Avocado toast with 2 kind of semi-poached eggs and a cup of coffee. So I just finished my breakfast and I have a delicious turkey dinner planned tonight. I'm thinking of doing open-faced turkey sandwiches with a salad and some mashed sweet potatoes. Now, I've already got my sweet potatoes peeled and sliced for sweet potato fries out in my freezer. So all I'm gonna have to do is take them in and boil them and mash them. That's it. That's all the work we're gonna do. So I'm gonna prep my turkey now. I'm gonna prep my salads now. So all I have to do later is just pull everything out and throw it together. So I got this turkey breast about a month ago, I guess, and it's just been in the freezer. I've thought of making it several times. It's frozen, but I don't ever worry about that. When I'm using the crock pot, it usually unthaws and cooks, and I have all day long, so this is gonna work out just perfect. Sometimes I go ahead the night before and put it in the refrigerator, but with the crock pot, it kind of does everything. You don't even have to think about it. I put my turkey in. Now it's not gonna fit in here exactly even because, you know, it's gonna have to kind of break down a little bit, but that's okay, not to worry. I have some really good broth here. Now it's very hot. I think I'm gonna mix it with some colder water just so it doesn't crack my pot. I've got the freezing and the boiling and you know how that goes sometimes. I think that was a very good idea. It was steaming. All right, so I need some broth. I don't usually put liquid in with my meat when I'm cooking it, but I'm gonna put it in today because I need to make some gravy tonight. All right, now I'm just gonna put a little bit of salt and pepper on this. I'm gonna put the lid on it. And I'm just gonna let it cook away all day long. I'm gonna put it on high, and as it starts to cook later, I'm gonna turn it down to low, but I need this to really cook all day. So I decided along with the turkey sandwiches, we're gonna have a salad because I can pre-make those. And I'm gonna make a red pepper with lettuce. I've got some tomatoes, some green onions, and some cilantro. So the way I like to do all this, it's a little different. Rather than cleaning my vegetables ahead of time, I like to get them all chopped up and I put them in the bottom of my salad spinner. And then I fill them up with water and then I run them through the spinner and get all the water off. It saves a lot of time cleaning them, and I think it really does a better job, honestly. I'm so looking forward to spring and summer when I can start having all my fresh garden vegetables again. Now I really have to fight the ground squirrels. They're just a thorn in my paw, but we kind of share. And there's certain things they really don't bother, so that works out good. But they were into everything last year. It was kind of a rough year. So I've got some ideas of some ways to kind of curb them a little, and we'll see how that goes. Now, I'm thinking tonight I may put an apple in. I don't know if I will or not. I may put an apple in this salad, but I don't know. I think it's going to be more than enough food. Plus, I still have some Jell-O that, you know, low calorie. I think it's only 10 calories a serving, something like that. I know a lot of people only buy the romaine hearts, and I do that occasionally, but, you know, for the most part, I would rather have all this dark green part of the romaine lettuce. There's a lot more nutrients in this than just eating the hearts. Now, I know for convenience, you know, sometimes you just want to do that, but really, I think you're better off to get all of the lettuce. I think you're gonna be better off. All right, so we're gonna cut that in half. I'm gonna cut that in half. And then we're gonna just slice these. And I want some green onions in here as well. Probably one will be good. Now I love raw onions, so I always put a lot of raw onions in everything. I know not everybody can tolerate them, so add them, don't add them, whatever's your preference. I've also got a beautiful red onion, and just for color and some additional flavor, I'm gonna be putting some slices of this in. I always try to slice these nice and thin, and I just cut them in half. That's all I do with my red onions. Kind of pull them apart. And last but not least, we're gonna put in some cilantro. Now, typically I have this in a glass or a cup with a little water. I don't know why I didn't. It must have been in a hurry this weekend. So I will rehydrate this poor little thing. I'm gonna take half of it. And the other half, we're gonna go ahead and rehydrate it. I'm gonna put it in some ice water right now, what's left. Then I have a little crisper I can put it in after it kind of comes back to life here. And all I'm gonna do is cut this up and add this to my salad. Now I'm gonna wash my salad mix. All right, I've cleaned this salad 3 times in my basket of water here. And if you've never used a salad spinner, these are just a great tool to have in your kitchen. So now is the time we're gonna divvy up our salad mix. And look at all this leftover water that came off of that salad. All right, my salads are ready for the refrigerator. My turkey's in the crock pot. It's gonna be cooking all day. My sweet potatoes will be real easy to just throw into a pan and cook them up tonight. So I'll bring you back tonight when it's time to serve these. All right, I've got my cilantro in a little bit of water. I'm gonna plump it up for probably a couple days down the road. I'm gonna have another salad, and I love cilantro in my salad, so we'll be having that. And to continue to make it easy today for me with the difficult day I know I have ahead of me, I am actually gonna be having a 30-gram protein Oikos protein shake for lunch. That's all I'm having because I am having a bigger dinner with more calories and that kind of thing. So let me go ahead and get this all put away, and I will probably see you at dinner. All right, it's time for dinner, and now it's time to make our sandwich. I built up my sweet potatoes. I made a little bit of gravy, and all I did was take some of the drippings. I took some of the fat off, and I added 1 tablespoon of flour that I just kind of mixed up with some water. The gravy's perfect. I can't wait to try this dinner. So let me show you how I put it all together. It's really simple. So all we're gonna do is just mash up these sweet potatoes. I'm gonna put a little bit of almond milk in mine and a small amount of butter. We're talking like a tablespoon, maybe even like a teaspoon and a half, just not very much. All right, so we're just gonna mash this in. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. I wanna take some of this turkey off. So all I'm gonna do is just take some of this turkey breast off of this. And look how good this, I cooked this upside down in the crock pot. Look how moist and tender this is. This is so good. And I'll get several meals out of this. I just love regular turkey sandwiches with lettuce as well. So probably have some of that coming up over the next few days. All right, so I'm gonna put some turkey down. I'd say about 6 ounces. I kind of know by what's in your palm of your hand is about what you should be eating. I'm gonna put some of this on this side. And then I'm gonna take a couple spoonfuls of this turkey gravy. I'm just gonna spoon some of this over my sandwich. So instead of the mashed potatoes, I'm going to be having mashed sweet potatoes. There is dinner. And don't forget, we also made a beautiful salad. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some balsamic vinegar on this. Just going to put a little bit over that. And there is my salad. And there's my open-faced turkey sandwich with my sweet potato mash. So don't be afraid to experiment. Just try to think, how can I do this long term so I don't gain on my weight back and make things as enjoyable as possible so you can stay on your diet. Look at that. That's dinner. That's a lot of food. So tonight I will be having a creamy with my husband. We're gonna split one, and I think that will do it for me. Maybe I'll have a sparkling water, but really that's about it for tonight. With all this big dinner, I don't know, I may not even have a creamy, but I will put the calories down below for you. Thanks for watching. I hope this was an inspiration that you can come up with some additional ideas and help you stay on your diet to lose weight. I'm on to that 100-pound weight goal. That's like on my mind all the time. So I'm being very assertive with this. I want to get to that number, and I want to keep going actually, but I want to hit that number by the end of June. So thanks for watching today. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next time. Tomorrow, actually, day 5 of my week-long plan for what I eat in a day. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.